serving all of eastern Utah. This is News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM. KOAL. Price.
Welcome to the KOAL High School Baseball Game of the Week. Good afternoon and welcome to the Game of the Week here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Today, we're at Carbon High School. It's the Carbon Dinos, North Sanpete. The Hawks coming to town in region play for both of these teams. Hello, everybody. Sonny Buscarini bringing you the action along with Aiden Mortensen here in the Sutherland's booth. Welcome to the high school game of the week, and it's exciting to be here at Carbon High School playing North Sanpete, a team they fell short 5-4 the last time these two teams played just recently. In fact, the last game for the Carbon Dinos.
You know, Sonny, and this is something that's quickly become kind of a storied rivalry between these two teams throughout playoff matchups and regular season games. These two teams tend to be neck and neck, but lately it's been North Sanpete that's held the edge.
So the Carbon Dinos come in 6-10, 0-3 in region play, ranked number 9 in the RPI rankings.
Yeah, and you look at that last game in particular, Sonny, against North Sanpete. They're a team who battles to the end, but we caught up with manager Rob Smith coming into this game, and he said it's the small things that are doing the Dinos in time and time again. Last game, the 5-4 loss to North Sanpete not only came down to the final at-bat, North Sanpete winning on a walk-off, but also in that game they had 5 errors, something that they're looking to clean up, and I know that's something Coach Smith has put an emphasis on heading into today's contest.
North Sanpete comes in 8-6, 1-0 in region play. Their win, as you said, against the Carbon Dinos, ranked number 5.
Yeah, and it's an impressive team, Sonny. This is a group that throughout the last 3 years, we've seen them get better, and better. North Sanpete developing a very consistent program in the ranks of 3A, and you got to give a lot of credit to these seniors, the roster filled with them.
So the pitching for today for the Carbon Dinos will be number 8, the senior Robert Nichols.
And looking at Nichols' stats throughout the season, Sonny, he has put on a stellar season so far in his senior campaign. Through 5 appearances, holding a 2.83 ERA. So really, one of those premier pitchers. Anytime you see that number under 3, Sonny, you feel pretty confident sending him out onto the mound. However, he's yet to have a decision in this season. 0-0 is his record coming into the contest. So, going to be a good day on the mound for the Dinos if Nichols can get it going, and he's looking to come away with his first win.
Pitching for North Sanpete will be the junior wearing number 7, Hudson Smith.
And Smith, another stellar pitcher, the junior, a 2.88 ERA, 2-2 on the year through 8 appearances. He even has a save to his name, so he's a real utility pitcher. He can come in, he can start for you, but he can also come in and close out games for you. He is one of the most, he's a premier pitcher at the junior rank. So we're going to be looking at a pretty good pitching battle. It's going to come down to who can get those bats going and who can get them going quickly. Looking at season totals as a team, North Sanpete hitting 236, Carbon a very stellar 323 is what they're hitting on the year through 415 at-bats, 4 home runs, 3 of them coming from a man who's looking to make his impact well known today, Logan Bennett, the do-it-all superstar. We've seen him on the court. Now we see him on the diamond. Like I said, 3 home runs, 6 steals. He is stellar in every aspect of the game.
So sit back and relax and enjoy the baseball game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. A better way to spend a Friday afternoon listening to Carbon Dino Baseball. This is the place to be on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. We'll take a break. When we come back, more of the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back. Game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Carbon Dinos, North Sanpete Hawks. Dinos coming 0-3 in region play, 6-10 overall. Sitting number 9 in the RPI rankings. And we'll go through their lineup, Aiden, one by one. And we'll get some stats off each one as we go down. Leading off for the Carbon Dinos, number 24, the senior playing center field, Logan Bennett.
Like I said, Sonny, probably the premier batter on this Dino squad. 16 games played, hitting .333 on the season, including 3 home runs, 3 triples, and even if he's not going yard or getting all the way to third, he's a thief on the bases. He has 6 steals on the season.
Batting number 2, Robert Nichols. He is the pitcher. DH. Where's number 8, the junior?
And we talked about how stellar he is up on the mound, Sonny, but let's see his team-leading batting average of .422 on the year. Truly hitting very well out there. 13 runs scored with 9 RBIs to his name, so he's going to look to do himself a little favors with some run support as he looks for a win.
Batting number 3, number 5, senior Cash Withers playing left field.
And Cash, .314 hitter on the year, goes along with 11 RBIs on 16 hits. So Cash really doing some damage. He's also got 2 steals on the base path.
Batting number 4, number 7, the senior Aiden Vasquez plays shortstop.
Another stellar hitter for this squad, Sonny. .368 is what he's striking on the year. 2 doubles to his name, 10 RBIs. So again, just more run support that can come through for the Downs on the top of this lineup.
Batting 5, number 34, junior playing third base, Paxton Falk.
And we saw a little bit of Falk coming in his sophomore campaign, but now as he's gotten further and further into the varsity level, he's really developed into a player that Coach Smith is probably going to be utilized heading on. 300 hitter on the season.
Batting 6, number 3, the senior playing right field, Brody Ware.
And Brody Ware, this is just a lineup full of players who can get on base and they can put the ball into play. .347 on the year through 49 at-bats, 6 RBIs, a triple with 7 runs.
Batting number 7, Maddox Wilson wears number 17. The senior plays first base.
And Maddox Wilson is the definition of power, Sonny. That's what I like about baseball is we get to see all these athletes throughout the year on the field in football, on the court in basketball, and they all kind of coalesce here on the baseball diamond. Maddox hitting .293 on the year, 6 doubles with 12 hits and 8 RBIs.
Batting number 8, number 33, the freshman, Jason Urbanek. He is playing catcher.
And Urbanek, we saw him last year on that battle team that made headlines as they finished third in the World Series. 378 hitter in his freshman campaign, goes along with 7 RBIs, a double to his name. I like what we're seeing from Jason early on.
And batting number 9, number 4, the junior Caden Sandoval playing second base.
333 hitter, 3 hits, 1 RBI to his name. He's looking to add to that total today. So, Sonny, you look through this lineup in its entirety, and you see players who are going to be getting on base. They're going to be able to score runs, and they're going to be able to put them up on the board in bulk. However, like we talked about earlier, it's going to come down to the little things for the Dinos. We're going to need to be seeing just a little less errors happening out in the field. We want to see them play a complete game, hitting, pitching, fielding. They need to be 5-tool players all throughout if they want to come away with a win against a very scrappy North Sanpete team.
For North Sanpete, the lineup will be batting number 1, leading off Bryce Swap. He is playing center field. He's a senior. Wears number 14.
Team leading 390 hitter on the year. You can see why he's in that leadoff spot. He's got 6 RBIs with 16 hits.
Batting number 2, Hudson Smith, the pitcher, wears number 7. He is a junior.
And Hudson Smith, 366 hitter, 11 RBIs, and 2 home runs, leads the team in that statistic.
Batting number 3, number 8, Aaron Costello. He is the catcher. He's a senior.
And Costello, he is going to be a real rock behind home. Plays 324 hitter on the year with 6 RBIs in his name. One thing I forgot to mention about Swap at the top of the lineup, Sonny, you look through ridiculous steal totals on the year. He's got 14 of them. Smith has 7.
So Wyatt Williams will bat number 4, wears number 11. He's a senior, plays first base.
And Wyatt Williams, 196 hitter, so just below that Mendoza line, but he has 6 RBIs, and when he can get on base, he's a threat. He's got 8 steals.
And we have a number 5, batting number 5, number 6, Tyson Guidos. He plays shortstop. He's a junior.
Batting number 5 and wearing number 6. I mean, that's a tongue twister right there. Guidos, a 308 hitter, 12 hits on the year with 8 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a triple. 1 of 2 triples on this team.
Osborne will play left field. He wears number 2. He is a junior.
And Osborne not having the best season on the plate yet, a .053 average with just 2 hits, looking to turn that around as, again, it's going to come down to which team can get the bats going fastest.
And Ashton Olsen plays second base, wears number 4. Senior is batting number 7.
175 hitter with 10 RBIs.
Number 8, batting 8 is Jaden Robinson. He wears number 17. Junior plays third. And batting number 9, Ollie Anson. He is the DH, plays right field. He wears number 32. He is a sophomore. We're just minutes away from the first pitch. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the game of the week. It is Carbon, North Sanpete Region Play right here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next vehicle. They offer guaranteed lowest prices. Come check out the selection of Ford F-Series trucks, including America's most popular truck, the Ford F-150.
We have them all right here in Price. Stop in and see us for a different experience.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a Spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Hi, I'm Tim Frame with Cache Valley Bank here in Price. Making the right financial decisions for your future can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. Whether you're planning a new construction project, growing a business, or just looking for a better way to save, my team and I are here to provide the local expertise and personal guidance you deserve. Stop by our lobby or use our drive-thru today. Let's make a plan for your success right here in Castle Valley. Cache Valley Bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So welcome back. You've been listening to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. It is time for baseball here at Carbon High School, the game of the week. Looking forward to it. North Sanpete, as we said, 1-0 in region play, 8-6 overall, ranked number 5. The Carbon Dinos 6-10 overall, 0-3. In region play and ranked number 9. Now, what do you have to watch for today for the Carbon Dinos to get in the winning ways in the region?
Well, Sonny, the biggest thing is they just need to play a clean game of baseball out in the field. They've let errors come back and bite them in losses so far this season. That's been a big key in a lot of those losses they've experienced. So if they're able to get out there and they're able to play a solid game in the field, everything else will take care of it. As we went through those starting statistics, all of these players, they can get on base, they can hit, they can steal, they can score, but they just need to do those little things right. And if they do that, I think they'll be able to come away with a win and break out of that losing skid they've found themselves in.
Last two times these teams played was recently, and North Sanpete came away with a 5-4 win, a win right at the end of the game.
Yeah, and so last hit of the game, in walk-off fashion, North Sanpete comes away with the victory. And, you know, this, like we said, this is something that's quickly become a rivalry. Last 2 years in the playoffs, these two teams have met here at the ball complex in Carbon, and both times it's been North Sanpete coming away with the victory to advance in the state tournament. So a little bad blood between these two squads. North Sanpete here looking to show that they still have Carbon's number. Carbon looking to break that bad blood.
The senior pitcher for the Carbon Diners, Robert Nichols. What do we need to watch for him today?
Well, Sonny, he's got great control, and, he can mix it up very efficiently, and he's going to keep these batters off kilter. Again, 2.83 ERA, 5 appearances he's had. I think he's someone who's going to be able to put on a real gem today. If he can keep the runners off the base, if he can take care of business up there, not let anyone out. The big key with him is he needs to make sure no base runners get aboard, because North Sanpete, one of the best stealing teams in 3A, 32 on the year and for stolen bases. You can keep them off base, keep them off kilter. You'll come away with the win.
Bryce Swap comes up to the plate. We're ready to go in his red jersey with the gray pants for North Sanpete. Carbon with the white pants, blue jerseys. We're ready to go. Nichols getting ready to throw pitch number 1 in the game of the week here on KOAL. The windup and the pitch by Nichols. Here's a shot back to it's past shortstop, gets out to center field and the base hit, and Swap is on. The first batter for the day reaches first with the single.
And Swap, just a little dribbler, unable to get their hand on it out in short. Swap reaches base. And because of that, you got to keep an eye on him now. It's going to be a little added pressure up on the mound for Nichols. As throughout the year, 14 stolen bases, a team leading 14 stolen bases for Swap. So he's probably going to make his move quickly here.
Number 7, the junior, pitching today. Hudson Smith now up the plate with the runner on first and nobody down, top of the first inning. Nichols on the mound for the Carbon Dinos. Looks over at first. Small lead over there at first for Swap. Looks over there a couple of times. Throw to first. Keeping him honest over there at first. That last game we did with Emory, who was Emory playing? Union. They were stealing left and right. I mean, they were aggressive on the bases. Do you expect to see that again today?
I think we're going to see even more of that, Sonny. This is a team who they love to steal. 32 of them on the year as a team. So as you can see, they're already keeping that in mind, having seen them once earlier this week. They know what they're trying to do, so they're trying to keep them in check. And Swap, he's not backing down. He takes a pretty sizable lead continually, even after 2 attempted pickoffs.
There's the pitch by Nichols. It's outside the ball and a 1-0 count.
And tries to go fast with that one right down. He's trying to find that outside left corner. Just couldn't get a grip on it. Flirting with it, but just not there for the umpire's liking.
So we get a 1-0 count. Nichols looks over at first once again. The windup of the pitch. Here's a fly ball to right field. It will drop at the warning track. Runner around second. Third will come home. They send him. The throw to second, no throw to home, and it's 1-0 on the double.
Well, Sonny, you talk about a hot start, and we said the team who could get their bats going first was going to be able to get an advantage early on. I just didn't expect to see scoring this early in the game. What a strike out into right center field. Sonny, I forgot my directions for a second there. Ball drops fair. Swap able to go all the way from first to home. He's got a lot of speed, so it really wasn't even close.
Yep, the double gets him home. 1-0 North Sanpete. Aaron Costello up, the catcher. Senior wears number 8. He's also a left-handed batter, so runner on second, scoring position with nobody down. 1-0 Hawks.
And North Sanpete probably going to stay aggressive, Sonny. I expect them to try and put pedal to the metal in this first inning, especially after that hot start.
Nichols pitch. Fouled out of play and an 0-1 count.
He had a good swing on that one. If it would have gone fair, that would have been dangerous. Luckily for the Dinos, goes off the top of the bat and instead goes soaring over the backstop.
Nothing better to travel on the road and your first 2 batters, you have a run.
Yeah, no, that's got to be a good feeling, good confidence booster as a coach. And it makes you know that your team has taken things seriously. They're not asleep at the wheel.
Puts the momentum on North Sanpete's side early in the ball game. 0-1 the count. There's the pitch and the strike and an 0-2 count. So he's ahead of the batter.
And we got just enough drop on that pitch to find the zone, off speed as well. Just a great throw to the strike zone for strike number 2.
Yeah, good pitch by Nichols. So 0-2 count, nobody down. Runner on second, gets pretty decent lead. Looks back. Here's the pitch outside and a ball. 1-2.
That was a good job by Urbanik behind the plate. He lunges slightly to his left, able to get in front of the ball, doesn't allow anything to the backstop, because if he does, that's going to be an easy steal to third. The freshman playing years beyond his age.
That freshman playing catcher. That's going to be a luxury in the future years, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's someone who you're going to have for 4 years. That's a lot you can rely on. That's a lot. That's the big story with this team is you see a lot of the youth movement taking place for the Carbon Dinos. Not a very senior-heavy squad this year. However, the juniors and the sophomores and even the freshmen on this team have all stepped up in a big way.
So Nichols looks back at second base with nobody out. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Shot right back at him. Caught. Throw to second. Not in time, but one down. A nice play by Nichols as the shot right back to him. He makes the play. Almost got the double play at second, but not quite. So one down for North Sanpete with a runner remaining on second. 1-0 they lead.
And you can tell that early run hasn't rattled Nichols at all. He's still playing confident on the mound. He knows what he has to do. Put the ball in an awkward position. Batter swings. He snags it out of the air. Nearly turns that double play just inches away from coming up with it. But they have an out now, and now he's starting to cook more on the rubber.
Wyatt Williams up to bat. The right-handed batter. The first pitch is low and a ball. 1-0 the count.
And one thing that's pretty consistent throughout high school baseball, Sonny, is sometimes, especially at the start of games, before pitchers get really broken in, we see them struggle a little bit as they try and turn to those fastballs, especially when it comes to control. Usually they're going low and out or up and out. But the sooner you can get that figured out, the better.
Pretty good size lead. There's a shot to the shortstop. It gets through. Runner rounds third. They're going to send him home to play at the plate. Not in time, and it's 2-0 North Sanpete on the single.
Sonny just couldn't get a hold of it yet again. That little second base gap has been dangerous for the Dinos early on. Both runs that have scored have seen the ball float right through there. So just got to find a way to clean up there, defend it just a little bit better, because now North Sanpete is rolling 2 runs in the first inning with only 1 out.
Guido's up to bat. The shortstop, junior, wears number 6. So it's 2-0 with the runner on first. Nice play by Vasquez to try to make the play. Dove for just out of his reach. And it's a 2-0 lead for North Sanpete.
Yeah, shortstop, one of the hardest positions to try and play, Sonny, because you're covering such a wide swath of the field.
Base hit between third and shortstop. Goes out into left field. And the base hit for Guidos, and they continue to be hot at the plate. 5 players have went to the plate, 4 with base hits.
And Sonny, that's what I was just saying with the shortstop position. He starts sucking in a little closer to second base because that's been the area they've been getting torched at. And as soon as he makes that adjustment, of course, the next hit immediately goes further left in closer to the third baseman. And he just can't cover that wide swath. He's trying to, but just so much space to try and make up, so much ground he's trying to cover. And now North Sanpete with 2 on.
So Osborne, the left fielder, up to bat. Runners on first and second with 1 down and a 2-0 lead for the Hawks. Nichols looks back at second. Pitch in for a strike. That's a nice pitch.
Yeah, that little curve has been doing him wonders so far today, Sonny. It looks like it's going to float easily above the strike zone. The last second drops back in, and he's gotten 2 strikes off it, and 2 that have just fooled the batters completely.
0-1 to count. Decent lead on second base. Nichols looks back at second. Pitch number 2, inside and a ball, and a 1-1 count.
And again, Urbanik with a lot of control behind the plate in that catching position. He's playing smart as a freshman, and he's shown his talent on the youth and amateur levels now up into high school and the varsity scene. He just hasn't missed a step.
1-1-1 count. Foul to the backstop. 1-2 with 1 down. Runners on first and second. 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. So a good start for the Hawks here on the road at Carbon.
I think a strikeout here, Sonny, would do wonders for the Dinos. Help them get that second out and help them build just a little more confidence going into their next time out in the field at the top of the second.
Pitch number 14 for Nichols coming as he looks back at second, and the windup in the pitch. Line shot down the third baseline just goes foul. That lands fair. 1 more run scores for sure.
You know,
it goes just foul to make the count 1-2.
Lucky break for the Dinos on that one, Sonny. That would have led to one scoring, and with how aggressive North Sanpete has been, I wouldn't be surprised to see if they tried to send 2 home on that go-around, especially depending on where it landed. But luckily for Carbon, goes foul. They don't have to worry about those what-ifs.
Single, double, single, single. The one out was a line drive back to Nichols, which was a hard-hit ball and a good play by him. Nichols. 1-2 count, 1 down, looks back. He'll fake to second. It's a runner back. Trying to keep him close with the 2-0 early lead.
And with how prolific North Sanpete has been in the past with its steal attempts, it's a lot to try and think about, especially when you got 2 runners, because you know that if one steals, you're probably going to see a double steal attempt from second to third and first to second.
So 1-2 count, 1 down. Pitch by Nichols is low. The throw to first, not in time, but close. Nice play by the catcher for Carbon Urbanic. Just about got him at first. 2-2 the count with 1 down.
By the skin of his teeth, Sonny, he was safe. He's going to be a little more hesitant to take as ginormous of a lead as he did that go-around.
Yep. 2-2 count. Decent lead at second. Nichols looks back at second base. Wind up in the pitch. Fly ball will go out of play. And the count remains 2-2.
So staying alive in the batter's box, Sonny, this is a quality at-bat coming for Osborne. He is staying alive, and he's just refusing to go down. Like we said, coming in, he's an 0.53 hitter on the year, but that doesn't mean he's got any quit in him.
Nope. So 2-2 count with 1 down. Pitch number 17 coming for Nichols. Runners on first and second. On deck is Olson. Pitch, swing and a miss, and the strikeout. Out number 2, strikeout number 1.
Much needed for the Dinos, getting that second out of the inning. And you just got it. You hope to get the strikeout here, but there's a variety of ways you can end this inning without any more damage being done. So Carbon in a pretty favorable position for themselves right now.
Senior number 4, Ashton Olson, the second baseman up to bat with runners on first and second. 2 down for Nichols, looks back at second once again. Decent lead. There's the windup in the pitch. Inside of the ball and a 1-0 count.
Nearly grazes Olson. He didn't do much to get out of the way, though. He was willing to take that one to load the bases. And, you gotta respect that a little bit, being able to take that contact, because they throw them pretty hard, and those things sting.
1-0 count, pitch. Fly ball to center field, going out to Bennett. Bennett comes in, makes the catch for out number 3. We played the top of 1 with 4 hits for North Sanpete. They scored 2 runs. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's 2-0 North Sanpete.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Smith. After 6 years as a nurse, I've learned that sometimes our bodies just need a little extra support. That's what IV therapy can do. It can help you bounce back quicker after an illness, recover faster after a workout, ease migraines, and even improve focus and energy. Think of it as giving your body a direct line to the hydration and nutrients it needs to feel its best. I'd love to help you find the right blend for your goals. Reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram at wellness.iv.utah.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Okay. Hey, welcome back as we come to the bottom of the first inning with North Sanpete scoring 2 runs on 4 hits. They left 2 on. Now it's the Dinos' opportunity to answer back, and the batter will be Logan Bennett, the center fielder, wears number 24. On deck, Robert Nichols, the pitcher, wears number 8. He's a junior, so it's the first 2 batters for the Carbon Dinos, and stepping up to the plate, Logan Bennett.
And again, Bennett, 333 hitter on the year. A stellar season for the senior. 15 RBIs, 3 home runs to his name. Also leads the team in steals. He's just been all over the place, 6 of them through 16 games. When Logan gets on base, he's going to put on a show, and even when he's on the plate, it's going to be something electric.
Left-handed pitcher Hudson Smith, wearing number 7. His first pitch of the ball game, strike and a 0-1 count.
That was just a beautiful first delivery coming from Smith. Loved what we saw on that one.
Pitch number 2, swing and a miss, 0-2.
And Smith, he's not backing down. He knows the threat that Bennett poses at the plate, able to keep him in the battle. A wise eye by Bennett on that one as that throw goes low, 1-2 count.
So a 1-2 count to Logan Bennett. The windup of the pitch, fouled out of play. Count remains 1-2.
And Bennett continuing to battle. He's not going down without a fight, and that's what you can expect from Logan. We've seen that across every sport we've seen him in.
Robert Nichols on deck for the Carbon Dinos. The pitch. Here's a shot to right center field. That will drop for a base hit. Logan going for a double. He'll stand up as he touches second base, and a double to start the offense for the Carbon Dinos this afternoon with nobody down and a runner in scoring position.
And Bennett stays patient. He waits, and then he gets the pitch that he's been waiting for, strikes it out into right center, and it drops fair, able to reach second easily. He's got a lot of speed, so now something for Smith to think about as he faces the next batter.
Perfect shot, right where he needed to put it. Right between center and right field. So the runner on second, scoring position for the Dinos. First pitch to Nichols is outside and a ball, no 1-0 count.
And Bennett already taking an astronomical lead out at second base. He's not scared of being picked off. He knows that he can go either way.
Swing and a miss, 1-1 count.
And when you know that you have the support that Nichols can provide at the plate, he's in for a treat. A team-leading .422 batting average for the senior.
Trying to help his pitching cause at the plate, swing and a miss, and a 1-2 count.
Now, that's what I love about modern baseball, Sonny. You know, a lot of things have changed for the worse, but I've loved pitchers getting a little more involved at the plate at the high school level.
Pitch is outside and a 2-2 count.
On the majors, I wish they'd bring back the pitchers have to hit. I think that made the game a lot more entertaining.
I completely agree. Pitch by Smith. Swing and a miss and the strikeout.
Ooh, Smith bounces back from the first at bat against Bennett. After giving up that double, he does not back down. Gets the strikeout, his first of the day.
So left fielder number 5, Cash Withers, the senior, up to the plate with the runner on second with 1 down. And the first pitch is outside and a ball and a 1-0 count.
I like the composure we're seeing from Smith so far. He's a junior, so a bit of an underclassman, but he looks like he's been doing this for years.
Swing and a miss and a 1-1 count as Logan Bennett taking a huge lead on second.
You know, every time I see his lead, it just blows me away, Sonny. He is not scared at all of getting picked off.
Here's a shot to center field. That will drop in front of the center fielder swap, and it'll be a base hit for the Dinos, and they'll have runners on the corner with 1 down here in the bottom of the first.
And it turned into a will he, won't he game with Bennett out at second. He's watching that closely. Is it going to drop? Is it going to fall right into the center fielder's glove? Luckily for Carbon, drops right in front of him. Bennett able to, with a burst of speed, to get to third. Now runners on the corners for the Dinos.
Senior shortstop Aiden Vasquez wears number 7, steps up to the plate for the Carbon Dinos. Right-handed batter with runners on the corner and 1 down. Pitch by Smith, swing and a miss, and an 0-1 count.
Yeah, Adrian Vasquez, senior this year, 368 hitter on the year with 10 RBIs. He's in a prime position to collect a few more here.
Smith's pitch, outside and a ball, 1-1. So even count.
The Downs just stay patient in the box, Sonny. They're not chasing anything they don't feel comfortable swinging at. And I think that's a good strategy for them to take early on here.
Absolutely, down 2-0. You could panic early. They're not doing that. They're just taking their time at the plate. There's a swing and a miss and a 1-2 count with 1 down. Runners on the corner for the Dinos. Time to answer a 2-run first inning by North Sanpete. Pitch by Smith is low and a ball and a 2-2 count. Oh, they called a strike.
They ring him up.
So it's strikeout.
Second of the day coming for Smith. He's putting on a bit of a show right now up on the mound, barring those 2 hits. Sonny, he's played near perfect.
Called that ball a little premature.
You know, it's one of those things where we always talk about the angle of us up here in the booth and the ump down there. Yep. And this is the sport where I feel like that comes most into effect.
Absolutely. First pitch is high in a ball, no 1 count to Falk. Playing third base, junior wearing number 34. So runners on the corner with 2 down. 2 strikeouts. Here's a foul ball to the backstop for a 1-1 count.
And plus, with as consistent as the umpires try to keep it with the strike zone, everyone's going to call it just a little bit differently, maybe a little narrower, maybe a little wider. It just depends on who's standing behind home. So it's really hard to predict how they're going to call these.
Pitch is fouled back to the backstop once again in a 1-2 count. You got that runner with 2 down sitting on third. You don't want to leave him sitting there. You got to get him in.
Now, you can't leave him sitting there because that's a inning that you look back on at the end of the game if this goes against the Dinos' favor and you think we could have scored right there and maybe things could have been a little different. You got to at least drive him home.
Pitch for a ball outside and a 2-2 count.
On that one, flirting with the strike zone, Sonny. One of those ones where if they had ABS at the high school level, you'd probably expect a challenge to come by.
Fly ball goes down the first baseline. That will go out of play as well. The count remains 2-2 with the runners on the corner and 2 down.
Now, Sonny, if you remember correctly, last year, Paxton Falk played a bit of hero ball in the playoff series between these 2 teams. He had a solo shot home run to knot the game up at 1 run apiece in Game 2, a winner-take-all game for the Hawks. Falk tried to make that one in favor of the Dinos. However, a late scoring outburst from North Sanpete did him in that game. But so Falk looking for a little vengeance here.
Pitches a ball, and we get a full count, 3-2. So a double, a single, 2 strikeouts so far for the Dinos on this offensive side on the bottom of the first inning with runners on the corner. Smith looks over at first. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and that'll be out number 3. So 3 strikeouts for Smith in the bottom of the first inning with no runs, with 2 hits and 2 left on base. As we go to the top of the second inning, it's North Sanpete 2 and the Carbon Dinos nothing.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches. You're listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back. We go to the top of the second inning, Game of the Week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. We are at Carbon High School. North Sanpete coming to town, region play. 2 teams played earlier, and North Sanpete came away with a 5-4 win. It was a close one, came down to the very last batter. North Sanpete come away with the win. Now the Dinos trying to get that win back. Trailing 2-0, top of the second. Pitch by Nichols for the strike and an 0-1 count.
That was smooth as can be, Sonny. What an opener on the first pitch of this inning.
Jaden Robinson, the batter for North Sanpete. Pitch by Nichols. Outside in the ball, 1-1.
And again, just trying to get that control. You're filling out the batters as you go out into the early stages of these games. Looks like the third base coach was missing for North Sanpete for a second, but now he's out there on his way.
Nichols. There's the windup in the pitch. Low and a ball, so it'll be a 2-1 count.
That was the first time we've seen a throw get away from Urbanik behind the plate. Luckily, in a situation where that doesn't really matter.
But he kept it in front of him.
He did.
So that's the key. Keeping that ball in front of you when you're a catcher. He does a great job at doing that. Nichols gets the sign. Here's the windup with the 2-1 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a 2-2 count.
Right in the zone, just a little movement at the last second, narrowly avoiding that bat. Now got strike number 2, 2-2 count.
Dinos playing Robinson straight up on the defensive side. Here's the windup in the pitch by Nichols. Did he go around? He did, and a strikeout.
This is a strong front half of the lineup for North Sanpete. As you get to the back end, things get a little weaker. Batting averages start falling below that Mendoza line, like our next batter, Hansen, 161 hitter on the year. However, he has been able to score 3 runs and bring in 6. So he is someone who, if he can put it into play, he can make some noise.
Hansen with the fly ball to center field. Back there is Bennett, looking up in the sun, makes the catch for out number 2.
And Bennett just calm as can be on these routine flies. He doesn't panic at all. It's that veteran leadership that he brings to the team. He's calm, he's composed, he doesn't panic, and it really carries over to his teammates.
So we go to Bryce Swap, the leadoff batter, to start this game. He singled and scored a run in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1 on the day. And now these batters have seen Nichols once, and Nichols the same way, seeing the batters one time. As we go through the batting order for the second time, pitch goes behind Swap, and it'll be a ball and a 1-0 count.
Yeah, just trying to get him off kilter, Sonny. That's one of the best ways you can take a batter out of his comfort zone. That fastball near the head, that shakes even the most strong of batters.
1-0 count. Pitch number 27 for Nichols is low and a 2-0 count, so falls behind the batter, Swap.
And he knows what kind of damage Swap can do when he gets the ball into play. He's got a lot of speed behind him, so he's playing him a little more cautiously than we saw in that first at-bat, and that's something you see pitchers adjust to as they get to that second rotation of these batters.
Fly ball center field once again to Logan Bennett. He's under it, makes the catch for out number 3. Looking up in that sun, that is not an easy play out in center field right now. He makes the catch. So that's a 3 up, 3 down, top of the second inning for the Carbon defense.
Yeah, it was a great job. Logan Bennett just making things look easy out there in center field. You look around, clouds starting to populate the sky everywhere, but where Logan Bennett is looking, trying to track that ball, and each time he's able to bring it in consistently.
So no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. As we go to the bottom of the second inning, it's North Sanpete 2 and the Carbon Dinos nothing when we come back.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back. Game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Hudson Smith, the pitcher for North Sanpete, faced 5 batters in the first inning. Allowed a double, a single, but had 3 strikeouts. So that's where we sit. It's 2-0. North Sanpete with the lead the bottom of the second inning. Up the bat will be Brody Ware for the Carbon Dinos, playing right field. He's a senior. Wears number 3. First pitch is outside and the ball 1-0.
And Ware just trying to stay calm, especially after the gem of an inning delivered by Smith in that first.
Answers back with the strike, so a 1-1 count.
Smith, 3 strikeouts in his first inning. All the batters that went by his hand. So now we got a brief break. Umpire going up to the mound on the season. Ware hitting 347 through 49 at bat, 17 hits with 6 RBIs and a triple to his name. Triple's hard to come by on the high school level, Sonny. So being able to collect a few of them throughout the year, pretty impressive.
So the umpire having a conversation there. We're ready to get back to play with a 1-1 count. Nobody down in the bottom of the second. 2-0 North Sanpete. Pitch number 27, swing and a miss, and a 1-2 count.
And just calm as can be, Sonny. He is staring down these batters, these well-seasoned batters for the Dinos, and he's just not backing down at all.
Working quick. There's the strikeout for Brody Ware, and that'll be strikeout number 4 for Smith.
He's putting on a clinic, Sonny. He is surgical up on the mound today. He is just delivering time and time again. Up to this point in the season, Sonny, he's got 42 strikeouts on the year, and it's showing why he's got to that total through just the 14 games North Sanpete's played.
First pitch of the ball to the senior Maddox Wilson playing first. Wears number 17 for the Dinos, so it's a 1-0 count.
He knows if Wilson can get a hold of that ball, he's liable to take it yards, so playing a little more cautiously here, but he gets the swing on that one.
Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. One down on the strikeout. There's the pitch by Smith, and it goes foul to the backstop for a 1-2 count.
Wilson, one of 5 seniors on this team, 293 hitter on the year, has 8 RBIs collected over the course of this season.
Hudson Smith, the lefty with the pitch. Fouled out of play once again, and a 1-2 count remains. That was pitch number 32 for Smith.
In high school, we know how important it is to keep that pitch count low. The faster you can dispatch batters, the faster you can get some outs, the easier it's going to be to keep yourself in the game for longer. And with the day that Smith's having, you want to keep him on the mound as long as possible.
Fouled once again to the backstop. Count remains 1-2.
Wilson just staying alive in the box. He's swinging when he knows it could be a little iffy if it's in the strike zone or not, and he's making contact just enough to keep himself alive.
Jason Urbanek on deck for the Carbon Dinos. Smith with the windup and the pitch. High in a ball, 2-2.
There have been a few from Smith that I think have been flirting with the strike zone, and they just have enough movement at the last second to drop in, but it's a good framing job by the catcher as well.
2-2 count. Shot down the third base line just goes foul, and the count remains
and the Dinos,
2-2.
The Dinos almost had what they needed to following that first out of the inning. Wilson nearly gets to base, but the field has something else to say. Bounces it just left along that third base line and foul.
Just fouled down the third base line, so the count remains 2-2 with nobody down. The pitch, 1 out, swing and a miss for strikeout number 2. And in the inning, strikeout number 5 in the game for Hudson Smith. Jason Urbanek up to bat. The catcher, freshman, wears number 33.
And Urbanek, the youth movement taking hold for the Dinos. He wants to put this one into play, and he can do it, Sonny. 378 hitter on the year in his freshman campaign.
First pitch to Urbanek is a strike and an 0-1 count.
At this moment, they're just looking to try and do anything that could rattle Smith. 5 strikeouts. My goodness, he's impressive.
Pitch is low on the ball, 1-1 the count, even count to Urbanek. Pitch by Smith, just off the mark, and a 2-1 count. 2-run first inning for North Sanpete. They lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Nobody on for the Dinos. 2 down. Pitch for the strike. Got the corner. 2-2.
And I was about to say something. This is one of the first times we've seen Smith fall behind in the count, and he quickly evens it back up. He's just on point today.
Here's a shot down the first base line. Over the first baseman's head. Drops fair to the right field, and a single for Urbanek.
Much needed hit coming for the Dinos. Urbanek reaching base. Now it's up for those teammates to try and let him do something with it. Urbanek could go for the steal attempt. He's only got 1 successful on the season. So it's one of those things where, you want to play it safe, but also down 2-0 early on. You got to be a little aggressive.
2 down, runner on first. Up to bat, Caden Sandoval, the second baseman, the junior wearing number 4. Up to the plate for the first time this afternoon here in the bottom of the second with 2 down and a runner on first for the Dinos. And Smith's pitch is low and a ball and a 1-0 count.
And he's been favoring lately that low inside corner for these right-handed batters. He's been able to paint it pretty well for the most part, that one being an exception to the rule.
Pitch number 2 for a ball, 2-0 the count.
You can tell he thought that one was a strike. Let's add a little, what are you talking about when that one gets called ball?
Logan Bennett on deck for the Carbon Dinos. So a 2-0 count. Inside ball, 3-0. So Smith falls behind 3-0 for the first time in this ball game with the runner on first and 2 down and a 2-0 lead for the Hawks and a pitch for the ball. The first walk of the ball game by Smith, and it goes to Sandoval, and runners on first and second now with 2 down, and the Dinos with the chance to make something happen here with the senior, the leadoff batter for the Dinos, Logan Bennett, up the bat. He doubled in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1 in the game. Pitches high in a ball and a 1-0 count.
And sometimes one hit is all it takes to rattle these pitchers, and that looks to be the case currently for Smith. He played lights out through the first 2 1/6 innings, but now things just going against him. He's trying, they call it a quick mound visit, try and settle the seas just a little bit. The mental game is what's taking over right now. We've seen Smith has the physical ability, but his mind betraying him right now.
Bennett put the ball right where he needed to with that double. That same hit right now would score a run for the Dinos, and the pitch is a ball and a 2-0 count. And Smith a little bit out of rhythm now here in the bottom of the second inning here in the last couple of batters.
6 consecutive balls.
That wasn't. He comes back with a strike and a 2-1 count.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter right there, Sonny. You saw that leave his hand, and you're like, oh, looks like we're about to break that streak.
2-1 count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. That ball's low, and a 3-1 count goes to Logan Bennett. So a walk here, bases loaded with Robert Nichols on deck for the Dinos. Looks back at second, does Smith, the windup and the pitch, swing and a miss, and a 3-2 full count now on Bennett.
So now the pressure is on Sonny, trying for the Dinos to at least get 1 run up on the board, not leave 2 stranded like they did in that first inning.
The windup and the pitch, foul to the backstop. Count remains 3-2 with 2 down.
This is a classic battle, Sonny. Smith, the stellar pitcher. Bennett, the just incredible batter, trying to get something going here. And the winner of this one, of this battle, could be a determining factor later on in this game.
Smith's pitch, fouled once again. Staying alive is Logan Bennett with the 3-2 count and 2 down. Runners on first and second.
And if this game is particularly close at the final end, at the final call, Sonny, I think this is going to be an at-bat we look back on as a real turning point. Is Smith going to stay rattled, or is Bennett going to be struck out here to end the inning?
3-2 count. Got him for the strikeout, and they'll leave 2 runners on base. That is strikeout number 6 for Smith, and the Dinos lead 2 runners on as we go to the top of the third inning. It's North Sanpete 2 and the Carbon Dinos nothing.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
You're listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back to the place to be for sports in the Carbon Emery area. It's the game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Carbon and North Sanpete. We go to the top of the third inning, and North Sanpete with a 2-0 lead.
And that last at-bat between Smith and Bennett felt like it was going to be a turning point in this game if Carbon was able to get a runner brought in. Just unable to do it. They got Bennett bat off his shoulder as he tried to dodge a low fastball, call the swing, and he will get sent back to the dugout. Inning ends with 2 on for the Dinos. Now, they're looking to keep the damage to a minimal, keep this one within striking distance. A 2-run first inning is what gave North Sanpete their lead early on. But since then, the Dinos have really picked up the defense.
So the pitcher, Hudson Smith, will be up to bat. Doubled and scored in the first inning. So he's 1 for 1 on the day, and the first pitch is outside a ball and a 1-0 count.
And, that's another good way to try and build up your confidence on the mound. If you can get something going in the field, you got it oozing off of you entering the bottom half of this inning.
Second pitch foul to the backstop, 1-1. That's pitch number 34, Nichols. So it's a 1-1 count with nobody down, top of the third inning, and North Sanpete up 2-0. They defeated Carbon last time these two teams played just recently, 5-4. 1-0 in region play. Dinos 0-3 in region play. There's the pitch by Nichols. It's low and a ball and a 2-1 count.
Sonny, the slate doesn't get any easier for the Dinos from here on out. There really is no break for what Carbon's doing out there. Next week, 2 games against the Union Cougars, a team you and I have seen, and they are dangerous, especially when they get runners on base.
Foul to the backstop and a 2-2 count. Yeah, we've seen Union played a great game in the game of the week a couple of weeks ago as they traveled to Emory and came away with a big win at Emory, but they looked really good.
They did. And then another non-region week comes up for them the week after. They take on Juab and ALA. And then to close out the season, Sonny, you're not only going to have rivalry week, but you got a game against the Morgan Trojans, always a tough team.
And a beautiful pitch by Nichols gets strike 3 as Smith watches it go by for the called strike 3. So 1 down and up to bat will be Aaron Costello. He had a line drive back to Nichols. It was a hard hit. Could have easily been a base hit, but a good play by Nichols. So he is 0 for 1 on the day. The senior catcher wearing number 8.
That was one of the few bright spots defensively in that first inning, Sonny, for the Dinos. That play nearly turns double, but now trying to repeat that magic and get the out.
Got the corner for the strike and a 1-1 count.
When we came in, we knew this was going to be a duel of pitchers, and it's lived up to that so far, Sonny.
So far, 4 hits for North Sanpete on the ballgame. The pitch is inside the ball and a 2-1 count with 1 down.
The one statistic that both teams are going to be looking at and shaking their head regardless of the outcome so far is runners left on base. It's been a plague for both squads.
There's a shot back to Nichols. He makes the play to throw to first for the out to Maddox Wilson. So that's out number 2 on the line shot back to the pitcher.
History repeats itself, Sonny, near identical fashion. This time, instead of flying right into his glove, just a little dribbler right up to the mound, able to make the easy toss to first for the out.
So Wyatt Williams up, the first baseman, senior, wearing number 11, singled in the first inning. He's 1 for 1 on the day. 2-0 score, North Sanpete, top of the third inning. Nichols pitch. Little blooper down the first base line, goes foul out of play, and the count is 0-1.
And just trying to get things going early. A very stellar start to this inning. 2 quick outs for the Dinos, looking to put it away and send themselves to the bottom half.
Ready for pitch number 39 for Robert Nichols. The windup and the pitch. Ball and a 1-1 count. Once again, Urbanic does a great job keeping that ball in front of him.
He does. He continues to impress me with his prowess behind the plate, just staying calm as can be. Normally, when you put a freshman in that stressful of a position, you're going to see some cracks, but you have not seen any so far from Urbanic.
Nichols pitch for the strike and a 1-2 count.
That was a good little frame job, too, by Urbanic. It was flirting on the line, but he snags it down quick enough and brings it into that strike zone and gets called strike 2.
1-2 count, 2 out, nobody on. Nichols pitch, working quickly. Little dribbler down the third baseline goes foul, and the count remains 1-2.
He just caught that awkward bottom part of the bat, can't keep it fair. Now has to step back into the batter's box knowing that their batting hopes this inning are relying on him.
So 1-2 count, 2 down. Nichols with the pitch. Fly ball will go out of play. The count remains 1-2. So it's a good at bat for Wyatt Williams, making Nichols throw some pitches here. It's up to pitch number 42. This will be 43. Pitch by Nichols. Swing and a miss for the strikeout.
And it's that little off-speed curve that we've seen Nichols go to time and time again. Very reliable, and that time able to get the strikeout with it as he sends North Sanpete back to the dugout.
He gets his fourth strikeout in the ball game as we go to the bottom of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's 2-0 North Sanpete. The Dinos come up to bat in the bottom of the third.
What the Utah Miners Hospital offers is relatively unique in the country to help take care of people who have really dedicated their careers, their lives to hard work.
I have torn rotator cuffs in my shoulders. Honestly, I don't remember everything I've had done. I think I've had to wait 10 minutes one time. It's amazing that there's a fund out there. You have no medical bills.
If you're ready and you need us, please give us a call. We're happy to help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
You're listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Up to bat for the Carbon Dinos, Robert Nichols, the pitcher. First pitch, swing and a miss, and a strike and a 0-1 count. Pitch number 2 for the ball, so a 1-1 count.
In the last inning, we saw some cracks start to form in the facade of Smith through 6 consecutive balls. However, he was able to escape the inning, and the Dinos left 2 on base. Now just trying to get back to his regular form, and I mean, it's hard to judge what the performance Smith is having because of that little shaky stint. However, he does have 6 strikeouts.
Swing and a miss for strikeout for Nichols. So that will be strikeout number 7 for Smith. Doing a great job on the mound today here in the bottom of the third inning.
You know, and then it looks like he has returned to his normal calm and composed self following that brief shaky stint, and another strike coming in right down the pipeline. He's got a lot of velocity on that fastball, but he has just enough off-speed pitches, enough junk to throw in there to keep batters off kilter.
Fly ball to center field. Nice play out there by Swap to make the catch for out number 2. A nice deep shot by Withers, but ran down. He's singled in the first inning, so he's now 1 for 2 on that fly out to center field.
The first non-strikeout out for the Dinos this afternoon comes on that fly ball, and we've seen some stellar center field play from both Bennett and Swap.
Vasquez up to bat, struck out in the first inning, 0 for 1 on the day. The first pitch is a strike and a 0-1 count with 2 down. So Smith back in the rhythm. Got a little bit out of the rhythm there in that second inning, but he saved the inning with not allowing a run. Worked his way out of it. Now to the bottom of the third inning with 2 down, nobody on. In control here with the pitch and a ball and a 2-1 count.
You know, and it was Urbanic's single that really caught him off kilter. He sees that drop, and then from there he just was struggling to find the strike zone, but now returning to form here in the bottom of the third.
But a good pitcher works himself out of it, and he did exactly that, not allowing any runs.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the pitch and a ball and a 3-1 count.
That's what separates the good from the great, Sonny. A good one, they get rattled, and you know that you're going to have to start warming someone up in the bullpen. Both a great pitcher, you know that they're going to be able to battle themselves back out of this.
Fly ball center field, Swap wakes for it, looks up, makes the catch for out number 3 for the North Sanpete Hawks. So 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's North Sanpete 2 and the Carbon Dinos nothing when we come back.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing service to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back to the game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM, the place to be for sports in the Castle Country area right here. Sonny Buscarini and Aiden Mortensen.
So that's a unique pronunciation, Sonny. Normally, it'd be parents yelling at us if we mispronounced a name, but, you know, I don't think anyone's going to yell at you for mispronouncing your own.
I don't think I did I?
No, I think you just add a little flair to
I don't know, everybody tells me how to say my name, so I guess they know more than I do, right?
Yeah, no, I just call you Sonny Smith. I got tired of trying to say Buscarini.
There's the windup in the pitch. Here's a fly ball to center field, and it is caught out there by Logan Bennett, making another good play for out number 1.
He's been all over center field, Sonny. Nothing has gotten by him. That time had to sprint forward a little bit to try and snag that one in, but it was minimal effort at the end. He just makes it look easy as can be, and if that's going to be the result, Sonny, maybe you and I should joke around a little more often.
Yeah, Osborne up to the plate, struck out in the first inning, 0 for 1. 2-0 North Sanpete with the lead, and the pitch, a strike and an 0-1 count.
And Osborne, despite getting the rung up for the strikeout in his first plate appearance, he was pretty mechanical. He kept that at-bat going. He ran up that pitch count just a little bit, looking to do the same thing here.
Fly ball goes out of play down the third base line for strike 2, so an 0-2 count with 1 down. Pitch number 46.
And in terms of relief, Sonny, the Dinos going to have to try and rely on the arm of Nichols as long as they can. Haven't had the best relief support throughout the season. However, in the game of baseball, you can find heroes pretty quickly when someone gets thrust into that position, especially to close out games.
Fouled to the backstop. So an 0-2 count with 1 down. Wind up in the pitch by Nichols is outside in the ball and a 1-2 count.
And just keeping himself up there, he's still ahead in the count, and it's been a great day overall up on the mound for Nichols.
Wind up in the pitch for Nichols is low in the dirt. 2-2 count with 1 down. Dinos need on the defensive side since that first inning have done a really good job.
Just those 2 bled through early on, but since then they've found their rhythm, and they've really brought into check the errors we saw that did the damage.
Fouled over the backstop, right over the top of us, hits the top of the building, and it's a 2-2 count still with 1 down.
And it's foul balls like that, son, and I'm really glad we're in a covered booth because else we feel like we'd be falling under artillery fire.
Yeah. 2-2 count, 1 down. Pitch. Shot down the third baseline over to the third baseman. Said that's going to drop in the left field and a base hit for Osborne.
And Osborne's 3rd hit of the year, however. He's got 5 runs, so he can do a lot of damage. He draws a lot of walks. He's got a bit of a shorter frame, but that's very beneficial in this game.
Yeah, Withers comes over from left field, makes the play, and keeps the runner on first. So we have a runner on first with 1 down. Olson up the bat, flew out to center field, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. Looking over his shoulder is Nichols with the runner on first. The pitch, no pitch. So umpire steps out, no pitch, so it remains a beginning count of 0-0, 1 down, runner on first for North Sanpete. They lead 2-0, top of the fourth. Dinos looking for a region win here. They're 0-1. There's foul off the catcher. Urbanik seems to be fine, and it will be an 0-1 count.
Just a little awkward tip off the bat, makes contact, and it keeps on going for the strike.
So we have an 0-1 count with 1 down. Runner on first takes a decent lead. Robinson on deck for North Sanpete. Nichols looks over at first base. Runner going. The throw to second. Off the mark, and the runner's there for the stolen base in scoring position with 1 down.
Second stolen base of the year for Osborne, and he shows off the speed a little bit in that sprint. Had a good velocity throw, just a little too far left from second base. Drops down, and he's already at base by the time they're able to recover.
That stolen base gets the runner in scoring position with 1 down. Runner on second takes a decent lead. Pitch to Olson as Nichols looks back at second base. Good size lead. Pitch. Fly ball left field. That will fall for a base hit. They're sending the runner from third. He will score. What did they call it? Foul? They did. They called it foul down the third baseline. We can't see over there. We're blocked by the dugout. I thought it landed fair, but apparently they say foul, and the runners will go back, and that saves a run.
Oh, that's
It was close. I mean, I couldn't see where it landed. It looked like it was going to be fair, but foul ball, which is a benefit for the Dinos.
That was a very lucky break for the Dinos, Sonny, from the inception. That pitch just looked like he was a little off kilter. Nichols didn't deliver what he normally did. Looked off balance as he threw, and it was just a meatball over the plate. Luckily, it goes foul.
So 0-2 count with 1 down. Throw by Nichols, high in a ball, and a 1-2.
So now trying to recover from that one. First pitch sense is ball.
1 down with runner in scoring position, 2-0 lead for North Sanpete. Trying to add to that. Nichols looks back at second once again. The pitch. Down the third base line again. This time it's going to drop right in front of the left field. They're going to send him home. The play at the plate. Is it in time? No, he's safe. The throw to second, not in time either. Everybody's safe. 1 run scores for North Sanpete to make it 3-0.
Sonny, that was a foot race to the very finish on both the play at home and the play at second. Urbanik, he's in a position where he can't block the base path, and he knows that, so he stays back just a little bit as he receives the throw, inches away from getting that out call. However, able to outleg it was Osborne. Goes home and brings that lead to 3.
Good aggressive base running for North Sanpete, making Carbon make a play on the defensive side. They could not. It's now 3-0 runner at second with 1 down. Up to bat is Robinson. He struck out 0 for 1 in the ballgame. That was in the second inning. This is the top of the fourth, and it is 3-0 North Sanpete with a run in the first and a run here in the fourth.
And, that's good coaching, too, out at third base, Sonny, being able to recognize what your guys are capable of, whether or not they're going to be able to leg that one out and turn it into a run, or whether they'd best be stay put at third. That's just knowing your team. That's a good read by the third base coach.
Runner at second takes a decent lead. Nichols looks back a couple of times to wind up the pitch. Strike. And 0-1 count. So 2 hits here in the top of the fourth inning for North Sanpete. Osborne comes in to score. And the pitch is low and a ball. 1-1 the count.
And just trying to keep things in check right now. Sonny, you don't want to see another run bleed through with that runner in scoring position. North Sanpete has left runners in position before they go for another pickoff.
Throw back to second. Not in time close. Keep the runner close. Count remains 1-1 with one down and a 3-0 North Sanpete lead here in the top of the fourth inning here at Carbon High School. Game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Nichols looks back at second once again. Pretty good lead. Foul to the backstop and the count 1-2.
Well, another score from around the Castle Country for you, Sonny. Emory and Manti facing off in an afternoon showdown. Through three, Manti foot on the gas pedal, up 5-0 over the Spartans.
So a 1-2 count with one down. Emory finds himself down 5-0. Dinos find themselves down 3-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. Nichols looks back at second. Pitch is high, and a ball and a 2-2 count.
If you're a Spartan fan, Sonny, the one stat that's going to sting, with 5 runs, only one of them has been earned.
Yeah, it's too good of a region to give runs away.
Yeah, it's a tough region.
Here's a shot back to Nichols. It gets away from him over to second. The throw to first. Is it in time? They got him. That's a good play for the Carbon Dinos by Sandoval to get the out, the advanced runner to third, but they get out number 2.
And that is a much needed out for the Dinos. Trying to get it. It looked sketchy for a second. However, they were able to clutch it up and bring themselves back in the end.
Yeah, it went back to Nichols. But Vasquez stayed on the play, got it, made the play at first base for out number 2. So runner on third with 2 down.
And we saw it in basketball season, Sonny. This region provides a bit of an off week for a lot of teams at some point in the season. This week happens to be the Union Cougars. They're off, however. They will be back next week as they face off against the Carbon Dinos on the 14th. They'll be here against Carbon then. Carbon makes the trip out to Roosevelt for a showdown there.
Ollie Hansen up at the plate with 2 down. The first pitch for a strike right down the tube and an 0-1 count. Hansen flew out to center field. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Top of the fourth inning, it's a 4-0 lead.
That one low, nearly grazes the dirt. Another ball called for the Dinos.
That ground out to second. Still scored the run from third. Here's a fly ball to second base. Vasquez underneath it will make the catch for out number 3, but not before 2 more runs score for North Sanpete on 2 hits. Nobody left on base as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's North Sanpete 4 and the Carbon Dinos nothing when we come back on the Game of the Week.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Welcome to Emory and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emory and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
You're listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So welcome back. Bottom of the fourth inning, 4-0 in favor of North Sanpete. Back up at the plate, Hudson Smith. He's making it tough on the Carbon Dino offense. He has allowed so far just 3 hits through the first 3 innings. Also has 7 strikeouts. Up to bat for the Carbon Dinos will be number 34, third baseman junior Paxton Falk. Struck out in the first inning, 0 for 1 on the day. Smith fouled out a play in an 0-1 count.
Falk looking to get kind of bounce back from that last at bat. And we know he has the power to go yard if he can get a hold of it. However, with Smith on the mound, that's been hard to do.
Fouled once again back to the backstop. So an 0-2 count as Smith has thrown 2 more pitches. He has 66, Nichols 64 so far in the ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So an 0-2 count to Falk. Smith tries to curve that ball in outside, and it's a 1-2 count. Didn't quite get back over the plate.
He's trying to get back into that rhythm. Sometimes we've seen him struggle to do that. However, for the most part, he has been lights out.
Has had a great game. Ball 2, 2-2.
Just slightly above that strike zone there. It was right in the distance, the width, but however, too high for it.
So a 2-2 count. The pitch outside in the ball. We got a full count. Full count on Falk. Leadoff batter for the Cardamom Dinos, trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 4th inning on the offensive side. Just 3 hits, trailing 4-0. Pitch by Smith is low and a walk, and the leadoff batter for the Cardamom Dinos is on base on the walk. Falk will go to first, and maybe that's something the Dinos need to do, just get somebody on base, leadoff batter with nobody down, see if they can get something going as Ware steps up to the plate. 0-for-1 struck out in the second.
And that's been the biggest weakness of Smith in this game, too, is when he loses that strike zone, it takes him a while to try and find it. However, after giving up those 4 balls immediately to the strike zone, maybe I should just stop saying that whenever he gets into one of those slumps, because as soon as I do, he always seems to find his rhythm yet again. Like you said, beautiful strike.
Yeah, caught the corner. Second pitch is inside and a ball and a 1-1 count to Ware.
And we always talk about how tough it is for Carbon and Emory when it comes to region draw. You look through the 5 teams in this region, 3 of them in the top 5. You have Manti at 3, Union at 4, North Sanpete at 5, Carbon the next highest at 9, and then the Emory Spartans fall at 12. So this is a tough region, especially when the Carbon and Emory don't really get to play each other until that last series of the season.
Ware with the swing and a foul to the backstop, so it's a 1-2 count with the runner on first. Falk with a small lead over at first base, not a big lead at all. And the pitch by Smith, and here's a fly ball center field. That could be trouble. No, the second baseman will come back to make the play, and that was Olson making the catch for out number 2.
That was a great job tracking it, going from the shallow infield out into the shallow outfield, and he's able to snag that one out of the air and drops very evenly right into his glove.
So Olson with the play at second for the out. So out number 1, runner remains on first, and up to bat will be Maddox Wilson, struck out in the second inning, 0-for-1 on the day. Smith looks over at first, and the pitch, fly ball to right field, coming in to try to make the play is Hansen. Can he get to it? He won't. It will drop in front of him, and that'll be a base hit for the Dinos. Runners on first and second.
And Falk couldn't see it because he was running full steam ahead to second, but struggling to get a hand on it out there in right field was Hansen. He missed the initial scoop. Falk with a head full of steam probably could have made it to third if he had been able to get some direction from that, but he was laser focused on second.
Well, it seemed like Hansen had a chance to make the catch. So I think Falk was kind of caught between no man's land there.
A rock and a hard place for him.
With only 1 down, you don't want to get thrown out. He makes the safe play. He's now on second. Fly ball to right field once again. Hansen comes in, try to make the play. That will drop for the Dinos, and we have runners all the way around for the Dinos with the single.
Now Bases loaded now off the little drop. What a hit. They've been picking apart the shallow right field, unable to run it down. If you are Hansen out there in right field, you think right now you're probably going to start playing it a little closer because the last 2 have dropped ahead of you and you've just been 2 or 3 steps behind of making a good play. Courtesy runner coming in for the Dinos. They are going to throw out into that first base slot. Jackson Bozzoni, Sonny. We know this kid from the basketball court, and if you want someone who's going to run with a pinch of speed, well, he's your guy.
He comes in to run on first. Up to bat, Caden Sandoval. He walked in the in the second inning. So we have bases loaded with 1 down. This is the first time Smith has been in any kind of trouble really in this ball game. Serious trouble with only 1 down and bases loaded. And the first pitch is a strike, 0-1 the count. Had a bit of problems in the 1 inning, worked his way out of it.
And
Pitch number 2, foul to the backstop, and it's an 0-2 count.
Sandoval, a bit of a shorter stature, could work him wonders here, but he keeps swinging because he feels good about it, trying to get on base early, trying to be aggressive. I can't argue against that.
Ooh, pitch ball just missed, and a 1-2 count.
North Sanpete fans take objection to that one. You could hear them up here in the booth. They weren't too pleased with it.
So it's a 1-2 count to Sandoval. The pitch inside and a ball, 2-2. Walk scores a run. Base hit scores possibly 2. Trailing 4-0, the Dinos trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Smith with the windup and the pitch. Fly ball will go out of play down the first base line. Count remains 2-2.
And that's what I was hoping for from this at-bat with Sandoval. We know he has a smaller strike zone. He's taken full advantage of it. He goes down 0-2, but quickly evens it up at 2-2. Now, he's recognizing that if a pitch is in the strike zone, he got lucky one time on the ball call. Now, not taking any chances, trying to keep this at-bat going as long as he can.
Pitch is outside and a ball. Smith puts up his arms. I think that was a strike. Umpire says balls, the 3-2 count, so a full count. Sandoval walked his first at bat, so he's got a good eye against Smith. Let's see if he can walk again. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strikeout. And out number 2.
Smith escapes the danger zone there. Now with 2 outs, can breathe a little bit easier, knowing that all he needs is an easy pop fly up, when beforehand, Sonny, that would have sent a runner home almost guaranteed.
But we go to the top of the lineup for the Carbon Dinos. Logan Bennett, the senior, doubled in the first, struck out in the second, 1 for 2 with bases loaded and 2 down. Just a good matchup here. Smith with the windup and the pitch, foul to the backstop and an 0-1 count. This is a huge at-bat in this ball game.
And the last time we saw Bennett at the bag, Sonny, the Dinos had a runner on second and on first, unable to bring either of them in on that strikeout. Now looking to bounce back from that and drive at least 1 run home, potentially get a few more in.
High in a ball and a 1-1 count with 2 down. Bases loaded for the Dinos, trailing 4-0. Bottom of the 4th, game of the week here on KOAL. North Sanpete coming to town here at Carbon High School. Wind up in the pitch by Smith. Swing and a miss. The throw to first. Goes out into right field. They might have been able to send Falk. They decide not to. So it's a 1-2 count with 2 down.
And if there had been 1 out, Sonny, I think they would have done it. But right now, playing a little more cautiously, knowing that Bennett is the power hitter on this team. Team leading 3 home runs for the senior. So he's trying to conjure up a 4th here. If he can, Sonny, this one's all tied up at 4.
Sure, he had a double to right center, a deep double to start the game for the Dinos at their first at bat. In the first inning, struck out in the second. So he's 1 for 2, as we said. There's the pitch. Strike 3 as he watches it go by. And bases loaded are left for the Dinos. So the Dinos leave bases loaded as we go to the top of the 5th inning, and it's 4-0 North Sanpete.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So we have a new pitcher for the Carbon Dinos, Kenny Grant, the senior, coming into the ball game, as Nichols will leave the ball game, allowing 4 runs on 6 hits. So the new pitcher for the Carbon Dinos as we go to the top of the 5th inning, and up to bat will be Bryce Swap, the leadoff batter in the ball game for North Sanpete. And the first pitch is a strike for Grant. So an 0-1 count.
That's always good to get that first pitch into the strike zone, build some confidence for the rest of them. It's one of those psychological effects, Sonny, where if you can see the success early, you're going to see it often.
Second pitch is a ball outside, 1-1. Swap is 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the first. Flew out to center field in the second inning. His third at bat now here in the top of the 5th with a 4-0 lead for North Sanpete. Pitch by Grant is outside in the ball, and a 2-1 count.
And Grant, a 9.24 ERA on the season through 5 appearances, 1 start to his name this year. So he's trying to lower that ERA a little bit and keep this one within reach for the Dinos.
Wind up in the pitch. Shot to second. Fielded there cleanly. Throw to first in time for the out. And a nice play over there for the Carbon Dinos. Making that play, Sandoval here at second base, scoops it up, play to first for out number 1.
That's exactly what the Dinos needed to do. We came in and we knew that errors were a problem early on in the season, especially early on in the series, 5 of them in game 1 for the Dinos. Really cleaned it up in the field after that first inning.
So the pitcher, Hudson Smith, up to bat, doubled and scored in the first, struck out in the third, 1 for 2 on the day. And the pitch, foul to the backstop and an 0-1 count.
And that one had a lot of velocity coming off of that tip swing. Goes soaring into the backstop.
So an 0-1 count with 1 down. Grant with the windup. Swing and a miss and an 0-2 count. So Grant has come out. Looked pretty good early on here in the top of the 5th inning.
And that's what you want to see from a relief pitcher. You know, they get thrown in on short notice, a little warm-up time, and now he's off to the races, and he's delivered so far.
Outside in the ball, 1-2 count. 1 down, 4-0 North Sanpete game of the week. Top of the 5th inning here at Carbon High School. North Sanpete looking to go 2-0 in region play. Their 1 win was against Carbon, 5-4 just recently. Foul to the backstop for a 1-2 count.
And you and I were talking about it before the game, Sonny. It was weird how coming in, they'd only played 1 region game. But you remember the schedule. We looked at that with Union right now on their off week. This is just a team who they had their strange rotation early on.
Pitch way outside, goes to the backstop for a ball and a 2-2 count.
So now they got pretty much the full region slate lying ahead of them. Contests against Manti, Union, and Emory. Those North Sanpete Manti games, Sonny, always barn burners. There's a lot of bad blood between those 2 schools.
That pitch going to the backstop, no harm, no foul with nobody on base. Pitch goes outside and the ball. Got a 3-2 count, full count. 3-2 count with 1 down. Grant. Fly ball down the third baseline, goes out of play. His count remains 3-2.
11th pitch coming this inning, Sonny. That's what I like most when you see a new pitcher, is you get to track how many pitches they throw in that inning as that count continues to climb up.
Pitch to Smith. Shot goes right over the shortstop out into center field for the base hit. And Hudson Smith with the single now goes 2 for 3. And coming up to bat will be Costello, who lined out to the pitcher both times. So he's 0 for 2 on the day. So with 1 down, runner on first, North Sanpete try to get that runner in scoring position and add to that 4-0 lead.
Now, Sonny, I think on the opposite end of this, we're probably going to see North Sanpete try and milk at least 1 more inning away from Smith. They got the maximum limit of 110 pitches per day. If you throw that, you're required 3 days of rest. But with the weekend right here, Sonny, that's not really a concern for the Hawks.
Pitch gets to the backstop. Runner will advance to second on the pass ball. So now runner in scoring position with one down on the pass ball and a 1-0 count to Costello.
And those are some of the easiest stolen bases you're going to get in high school baseball, Sonny. Wild pitches that hit the backstop. Going to be more of a jog to second.
Grant looks back at second. The windup in the pitch. Low and a 2-0 count.
14 pitches now coming up on the mound, and Carbon looking in a little bit of trouble right now, trying to keep this one within 4. You bring it up to 5, Sonny, things start feeling a little iffy, especially this late in the game.
Williams on deck for North Sanpete. He's 1 for 2. Shot gets between shortstop and third out in left field, and runners will be on the corner after that single by Costello. So a couple of back-to-back singles here in the top of the 5th inning with one down. Puts one runner in scoring position, one on first.
And again, danger time coming for the Dinos. Got to be wary here. You don't want that 5th run to come through. And now with a chance with another on base, only one out so far. The Dinos need something to go their way.
Third baseman Jaden Robinson up to the plate. 0 for 2, struck out in the second, grounded to second in the 4th inning. So he's 0 for 2 on the day with runners on first and third on the corners with one down here in the top of the 5th, leading 4-0. North Sanpete trying to add to that 4-0 lead. The pitch by Grant. Beautiful pitch down the tube for a strike and a 0-1 count.
Oh, just right down the pipeline, Sonny. That was a great delivery by Grant. Now you're looking at home plate. You want to keep those runners away, but looking to add a 3rd RBI to his season so far. You got the batter.
Pitch is a bit low and a 1-1 count. Close but low, so a 1-1 count with runners on the corner with one down.
Robinson, 5 hits on the season. A 6th hit would bring his RBI total to at least 3, depending on how far it goes, because we've seen North Sanpete, all these players in their batting order have a lot of speed.
Foul to the backstop, 1-2 count. Seeing if they were going to send that runner from first with a runner on third, try to get 2 runners in scoring position. He stays at first with a 1-2 count and one down.
You're a manager in that situation, Sonny. You're going to try and do that because personally, I'm staying aggressive.
Yep. Pitch to Williams. Runner goes. Throw to second. Not in time, so now you have runners in scoring position at second and third with a 1-2 count and one down.
And that's been the one thing that we've seen from the freshman who he just hasn't been able to really convert on. He just doesn't have the arm yet to make that throw from behind home plate to second. A good cutoff coming by Sandoval to at least hold that runner at third.
2-2 count with one down. The windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss for the strikeout and out number 2.
And a much-needed strikeout. 2 outs now. Going to limit some of the aggression you might be seeing from North Sanpete now as we move to our next batter. Guidos, a 308 hitter on the year, 8 RBIs. Could push himself to double digits on the season with a double.
So Grant, with his first strikeout, runners on second and third with 2 down. Pitch to the strike. That's a beautiful pitch by Grant, so an 0-1 count.
And Grant, those first pitches have always just been right down the pipeline and beautiful as can be, and we've just seen batters watch them soar by.
A 1 count, 2 down, swing and a miss on a high pitch, and an 0-2 count with 2 down.
Yeah, it just wasn't the best swing we've seen from Guidos. Didn't see the zone. Ball soaring wide over the top of it. But Urbanic corrals it back down. Gets the strike in the process. 0-2 count with 2 outs. Sonny, both teams have been stranding runners at a high clip throughout this contest. North Sanpete looking to aid that malady. Carbon looking to continue it.
Guido's 1 for 2 on the day, singled in the first inning, flew out in the 4th inning. So trying to get 2 runners in scoring position home with 2 down and 0-2 count. Grant with the pitch. Fly ball will go out of play down the third base line. The count remains 0-2.
And continuing to stay alive in the batter's box. It's a much tougher challenge when it's 0-2 compared to 2-2, Sonny, knowing you just have the smallest margin of error. You need 4 pretty wild pitches not to try and swing on any of them.
So 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Got him with the strikeout, and they'll leave 2 runners on base. So a couple of strikeouts for Grant. And he saves the 5th inning as he gets put in a situation. He works his way through it. We said that's huge for a pitcher. He does a good job. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-0 North Sanpete when we come back.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
You're listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So in that top of the 5th inning on the offensive side for North Sanpete, they have no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 on. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And Hudson Smith will remain the pitcher for North Sanpete. Coming up to the bat will be Nichols for the Carbon Dinos.
Now, Sonny, Smith's going to need to do some quick work. He's got 23 pitches to work with before he hits that 110 upper limit for the day. He would be allowed to finish the batter he's on if he hits it mid at bat, but as soon as that closes, he's going to have to head to the dugout. And, no matter what happens here, Sonny, it feels like he can head to the dugout with his head held high. He has been stellar up on the hill.
Nichols will step up to the plate 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Let's go back to that steal when we had a runner on first and third, and we said about being aggressive. To me, it's so much easier for a runner to run from first to second than the catcher to make a catch from the pitch, throw it to second, make the catch, and make the tag. Yeah. To me, you're always aggressive when you have a runner on first going to second.
First pitch high and out of the zone, but I completely agree with you, Sonny. I think in that situation, it's best to be aggressive, especially at the high school level.
Yes.
Major's a completely different ball game,
yes,
both figuratively and literally. Here, you have a little less arm strength from behind home plate to try and make that throw. You're going to see a lot more aggression happening on the bases, and I think it's the right call almost all the time.
Strike for a 1-2 count by Smith. I just think it's... you got to make a lot of good things have to happen to throw that runner out.
And you and I always talk about it. We don't agree on many things, but we usually agree on how the game needs to be played strategy-wise.
Yeah. 2-2 count with the ball on Nichols. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Dinos find themselves down 4-0. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the fourth for North Sanpete. Pitches outside and a full count, 3-2.
And Nichols trying to avoid being rung up for that loss on the day by doing himself a favor at the plate, but just hasn't been the best day for bats for the Dinos, especially when it's mattered most.
And ball 4 in the walk. The leadoff batter will reach first base with the walk. With nobody down, let's see if the Dinos could take advantage of that leadoff batter getting on base. And up to bat will be Cash Withers. He is 1 for 2 singles in the first, flew out to center field in the 3rd inning.
And that's been the formula of the last few innings, Sonny. North Sanpete will walk that first batter. Carbon will take advantage of it, but then they'll straighten up, they'll bend, they won't break, and they'll be able to escape the inning with it being a scoreless frame.
First pitch by Smith to Withers is a strike. Second pitch inside and the ball in a 1-1 count with the runner on first. For the Dinos, nobody down 4-0, bottom of the 5th.
And you're starting to see that extended usage of Smith start to catch up to him. He's lost a little bit of control, as you'd expect with someone who's been in this game for 4.3 innings right now, trying to just escape this one and then head to the bench. But he still has only 13 pitches to work with now as he hits 97.
Swing and a miss or 1-2 count. Smith looks over at first. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for the Dinos. That'll be strikeout number 10 for Hudson Smith.
brings his total on the year, Sonny, to a jaw-dropping 52. He has been electric on the mound all throughout this season, and he just continues that trend here today against the Dinos.
Vasquez up at the plate in the first pitch, swing and a miss, and a strike 0-1 count. Falk on deck for the Carbon Dinos. One down, one on first base for the Dinos, 0-1 count. Trailing 4-0. Foul down the third base line, 1-0-2 count.
You know what's crazy about him having 52 strikeouts now on the season? Despite the stellar game he's had, he still is only second on the team in terms of strikeouts. Their own Bryce Swap has 55 on the year through 150 batters faced. He's had a stellar season. The pitching staff for North Sanpete, especially in that 1 and 2 slots, has been really hard for opposing batters to get a hold of.
So there's the pitch by Smith, swing and a miss. The throw to second. They got him. We say, it's tough to make that play. Well, they did a good job making that play, and they get the runner out at second base, and that's how the bottom of the 5th inning will end.
Yeah, that was quite the sequence of events, Sonny. They did what we said was hard to do, make that play at second from behind home plate. He caught, he gathered, he threw, and he made the play at home. Now it's decision time for North Sanpete. You probably expected Smith to run out of pitches in that inning. However, he's got 10 more to toy with. Do you think they leave him in, try and see if he can get more? Because he's been throwing heat all day long. You can take advantage of that, get at least 1 or 2 more outs. Because, again, in that frame, he only threw 13 pitches, and he was able to escape the inning. So I think you leave him in, try and get the most out of him that you can, especially with the special day he's been having.
So Grant back on the mound for the Carbon Dinos for the second inning. Worked his way through a scoreless inning in the top of the 5th. A couple of runners on base, but he worked his way through it, didn't allow any runs to come in. So we go to the top of the 6th inning now with a 4-0 North Sanpete lead, and Osborne will lead off for North Sanpete. He struck out in the first and singled into left field. Then he had a stolen base and scored a run in the 4th inning.
And the thing for the Dinos defensively right now, Sonny, is that for the most part, they've played very well today, especially out in the field. They've made minimal errors. They've really reined that in check. However, their big downfall has been those innings where they've given up 2 runs up at the top of the 1st and then again in the 4th. That's been what's come back to bite them.
The first 2 batters in the top of the 1st inning, single, double, they both scored a run. They took a 2-0 lead, and they've kind of been in control since the beginning.
Yeah, they've really been in control. Only 2 runs in this game have been earned, Sonny. The others coming by virtue of error. So you take those out, Sonny. This is still a 2-0 ball game, and that's something that Coach Smith has been pretty adamant about that we need to get better in, is making sure that we limit the errors that happen on the field.
So Osborne up to the plate. Grant, pitch number 25. The windup in the pitch. Fly ball, left field. Deep to the warning track over the head of Withers, and that will go to the wall, and a double for North Sanpete.
Well, that's a good way to open up the innings. That one had to be worried for a second that it was going to carry just enough over the fence, over 350 feet away. Luckily for the Dinos, that was not the case.
So the leadoff batter gets the double to left field, and coming up will be Ashton Olsen. He is 1 for 2, flew out to center field in inning number 1, single to left field, scored a run in the 4th. So 1 for 2, nobody down, runner in scoring position. Good way to start the top of the 6th for the Hawks. Grant, pitch number 26 as he looks back at second base, the windup and the pitch, swing and a miss, and an 0-1 count.
And that is a nice bounce back throw to open up this at bat. You needed something just to kind of steady the ships a little bit, and he delivers it on that opening pitch of this batter.
Pretty good sized lead at second base for Osborne. The pitch by Grant for a ball and a 1-1 count, a little bit high.
It's just flirting with the top of that zone, just a few centimeters downwards would have been a strike 2.
Robinson on deck for the Hawks. Pitch from Grant to Olsen, the windup, pitch, nice pitch as it curves right in over the plate for a 1-2 count.
The one type of pitch that both pitchers for Carbon today have excelled at have been those off-speed ones. Yeah. Their sliders, your curves, they've been able to really get those going.
That was a great pitch there. So a 1-2 count with nobody down. Looks back at second. Grant with the pitch. Hits the batter. So I hit batter. Olson will go to first. So runners on first and second. Hit by pitch. Up to bat, Jayden Robinson. He is 0 for 2, struck out in the second, grounded out to second in the fourth inning. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. Here in the top of the sixth inning, it's North Sanpete 4, Carbon nothing. Game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM and at 7:50 a.m. Sonny and Aiden bringing you the broadcast from Carbon High School. Pleasure to be here on a beautiful Friday afternoon for baseball.
Oh, it's gorgeous sunny temperature right now, sitting in the low 70s. That's just as perfect as it can be for baseball.
Grant's pitch, low in a ball, 1-0.
Now that the clouds have started rolling in too, makes it a little easier in the outfield for the guys trying to field those fly balls.
Runners on first and second with nobody down. Pitch number 2, low in a ball, 2-0.
And then we've seen this with pitchers across the board, and it's very prevalent in the high school level. Sometimes you get into just a little bit of a rough patch where you just cannot find the strike zone, and it's just a matter of time until you can kind of bounce back. You just hope that it happens sooner rather than later.
Swing and a miss on pitch number 3 to Robinson, a 2-1 count. Runners on first and second, 4-0 North Sanpete, top of the sixth.
And just as quick as that, he's back into this at-bat, finds the strike zone, now giving himself a lifeline.
Looks back at second. Pitch is low in the dirt and a 3-1 count.
And again, just another good job by Urbanik behind home plate, staying in front of it, absorbing the ball, and not letting anything behind him.
It's saved an advanced base there with that stop, so we have a 3-1 count. Grant looks back once again at second. The windup of the pitch. Little bouncer down the third base line. Tagged out at third to throw over to first for the double play. Got him. Nice play by Falk at third.
That was best case scenario setting and good awareness by Falk, making the throw to first immediately after getting the out. He read that like a book. It makes the right play, and now little less danger for the Dinos with only one runner in scoring position instead of the bases being loaded.
So Hansen up to bat, 0 for 2, flew out to center, had a fly out to second. So runner on second with 2 down and a nice play by the defense for the Dinos. There's a little bouncer going to Sandoval at second. He'll throw it to first in time for out number 3. He works his way out of another inning. So we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. It's North Sanpete 4 and the Carbon Dinos nothing when we come back.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next vehicle. They offer guaranteed lowest prices. Come check out the selection of Ford F-Series trucks, including America's most popular truck, the Ford F-150.
We have them all right here in Price. Stop in and see us for a different experience.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
To KOAL's Game of the Week here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Entering into the bottom of the sixth inning, Dinos down 4-0 to the Hawks of North Sanpete. North Sanpete looking to secure a series sweep against Carbon. Carbon looking to bounce out of a losing skid that they've been affected by as of late. Aiden Mortensen, Sonny Buscarini here in the Sutherland's broadcast booth alongside you today. And, you know, the Dinos able to escape the back half of this inning, able to get out of a bit of a jam, a double play courtesy of Paxton Falk, throwing from third to first, helped him escape a bases loaded situation, and then an easy grounder and a throw to first ended North Sanpete's hopes of adding on a few more insurance runs. But now, new pitcher in the game for the Hawks. Sonny, cue us up.
Yep, it will be Bryce Swap, the senior, wearing number 14, will step in the pitch here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Up to bat will be Paxton Falk, who made the double play at third. Huge play there in the top of the sixth inning. once again to save a run for the Carbon Dinos. So let's see if he can do something at the plate now. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out in the first, walked in the fourth.
Well, talk about Sonny being out of the frying pan and into the fryer. There are only 2 players with an ERA better than Smith on this team, and Swap is one of them. 2.7 is his ERA, a 2.3 record on the year through 7 appearances. He also leads the team in strikeouts with 55.
So the first pitch was a strike, second pitch swing and a miss, third pitch a ball, so we're at a 1-2 count to Falk. The windup in the pitch, low in a 2-2 count.
Now, and you can tell that they've been saving Swap just for a moment like this. Come out, close this game out with only 2 innings he has to get through and a 4-run cushion. He's working with a pretty favorable deck.
Shot down the first base line for Falk, goes foul. Count remains 2-2.
That's something that's always impressed me about Falk's game, Sonny, is that he's so patient in the box. He's waiting, and he knows when he needs to swing to try and just keep the at-bat alive.
Low and outside for ball 3. We have a full count.
That's exactly what I talked about, Sonny. He falls down 0-2 and quickly gets back into it.
We're on deck for the Dinos. Nobody down. Fouled into the Carbon dugout. Count remains 3-2.
Trying to keep up the trend, Sonny, of getting that leadoff batter of the inning onto first. Been the last 3 that they've been able to do it.
And strike 3 gets the corner. Watches it go by.
Bit of a delayed reaction there from the umpire, Sonny. I was waiting. It looked like Paxton was about to head towards first, and then you saw the motion, ringing him up and out. And now North Sanpete looking to keep on the gas pedal.
So Swap gets strikeout number 1, strikeout number 11 for the pitching staff of North Sanpete. And the first pitch is a swing and a miss. Second pitch watches it go by for a strike, does wear, so it's an 0-2 count.
And the thing about Swap right now, he's working so quickly up on the mound. He gives you no time to breathe in between pitches. He is just boom, 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 boom. That's the way that you can keep a batter really off kilter.
I love it. It's a 1-2 count. Low and a 2-2 count.
And you see him take him a little bit more of a breather when he throws these balls, but when he's hitting the zone, Sonny, he's just a machine.
So we have a 2-2 count, 1 down, 4-0, bottom of the 6th. North Sanpete with the lead, trying to go to 2-0 in region play. The windup in the pitch. Swing and foul to the backstop. Count remains 2-2.
And, you know, as awkward as it was fouling that one off, as a batter, you got to be glad you did, or else you would have been heading right back to the dugout and keeping the momentum alive for Swap.
Maddox Wilson on deck for the Carbon Dinos. He's 1 for 2 on the day. The pitch is inside and a ball.
And we've seen Swap operate very efficiently on those inside pitches. He flirts with the zone, and he's been more often than not hitting it. That was a rare exception.
And the walk. As Ware watches it go by in the walk. So the runner to first base for the Carbon Dinos. That is the fourth walk by the pitching duo of North Sanpete, Smith and Swap. So runner on first base for the Dinos with 2 down. Coming up to bat will be Maddox Wilson, as we said, 1 for 2. His 1 hit, single to right field.
You know what I love about high school baseball, Sonny? Throughout the regular season, you can rely on 1 or 2 pitchers to really get you through a bulk of the games. However, come tournament time, it's a completely different world out there because you're playing so many games consecutively. It turns into a bit of a chess match, and I love that.
First pitch by Swap is beautiful, right down the tube for the strike and a 0-1 count.
And we've seen Swap bringing the heat lately, but that time throws it up, changes the pace, and gets the strike.
Shot to the shortstop, Guidos. He can't handle it. Runners will stay at first and second for the Dinos, as the error at the shortstop for Guidos as he couldn't make the play.
Catches the awkward angle on the infield, little bump of grass. The turf monster punches that one up, keeps it out of the glove, and now 2 runners on for the Dinos.
So runners on first and second. Freshman Jason Urbanik, the catcher, comes up to the plate for the Carbon Dinos. Swap looks back at second. Pitch for the strike as he gets the corner on the inside in an 0-1 count.
And
with 2 down.
Able to find it just beautifully on that go around. That's what makes him dangerous. When he can get that little inside zone, it's hard as can be to try and hit off him.
He quickly throws pitch number 2, and it's fouled out of play by Urbanek, and just like that, it's an 0-2 count.
Yeah, he just operates so quickly. However, the last time we saw this, he's thrown several balls right in a row after getting into these 0-2 situations.
Looks back at second, the pitch inside and the ball, and a 1-2 count.
And it's as part why we see that change so drastically each time is because he's always hunting that inside corner, and when he's on, but when he's not, it can be a bit of a struggle, and it's been a good plate discipline day for the Dinos.
Swing and fouled, back to the backstop. Count remains 1-2. 2 down for the Dinos, runners on first and second. Carbon has left 7 runners on base. Fly ball out to center field. Caught out there for out number 2. And the runners will remain on first and second.
And the thing, Sonny, about this game as a whole, especially with the runners being left on base, both times it's happened to the Dinos. It hasn't been just someone on first gets left on. It's been situations that could have massively swung this game. Runners on third and second, bases loaded. North Sanpete's been able to wriggle out of those situations time and time again.
Sandoval at the plate. First pitch is a ball. He is 0 for 1, struck out in the fourth, and walked in the second inning. So runners on first and second, 2 down for the Dinos. The pitch by Swap for ball 2, 2-0.
And we saw it from Sandoval when they loaded the bases. He's good at drawing these walks. He's got an excellent eye. He's patient in the box. He stays disciplined.
Man, you'd love to get him on base because on deck, the leadoff batter for this baseball team, Logan Bennett, pitched number 3 is a ball, so it's a 3-0 count. Probably watch this one go by. And he does, and it's a strike, 3-1. It's a good look.
Yeah, no, it's one you don't want to risk taking the swing on if you feel like it could be a 50-50 throw. Looks like the umpire going to have a bit of a discussion up there with Swap. I always want to be a fly on the wall in those conversations. You want to know what's being said, whether it's a warning, what kind of conversation is happening right now. But, unfortunately up here in the booth, we just don't have that luxury.
So he's talking. I think it might be what we were talking about. Might be a little bit quick on that pitch before the umpire is ready. I think that's what they're talking about. I could be wrong.
It's a fair guess.
Yeah,
I think
it's a guess, but
it's a guess, but it's a reasonable guess. Like you're not throwing out something completely off the wall.
Right. There's a windup in the pitch, high on a ball, and we have bases loaded.
Well, Sonny, this has been a situation like we talked about moments ago that the Dinos have struggled with today, being able to get in these situations with the bases loaded. Actually, a near identical situation to what we saw just a few innings ago. Bases loaded, Bennett up to the bag with 2 outs and a swing and a miss on throw number 1 for the strike, 0-1 count. So Logan trying to bounce back from he's been good at the plate, but with runners in scoring position, just hasn't had the same kind of success.
There's a shot to second, little dribbler. Do they get to the second? They don't in time to throw to first, not in time, and the runner scores for the Dinos. Kind of got caught in no man's land. Didn't know what to, didn't really have a play. They tried to get it to first after they realized they couldn't get second. And it was late in the run scores for the Dinos.
So Bennett breaks the curse, and the Dinos have finally found a way to score with runners in scoring position in these laid-out situations with 2 gone. Carbon able to do it now. Another stellar batter to the plate.
So runners still at each plate, so bases loaded. First pitch is a strike and an 0-1 count.
And Nichols leads the team in batting average, hitting .422 on the year. Check swing, looks like it catches bat.
Oh for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts, walked in the 5th. Struck out in the 1st and the 3rd.
Now, Sonny, one thing about Nichols, he knows his plate discipline, 7 walks on the year. And he swings on that one, fouls it off yet again, keeps himself alive in the at-bat.
So we got bases loaded with 2 down for the Dinos. They trail 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Base hit here. Possibly cut this lead to 1. This is a huge at bat. There's this pitch by Swap, and it's a ball and a 2-1 count.
Tries to get him to bite on the off speed, but good discipline coming from Nichols.
2-1, 2 down. Bases loaded for the Dinos. Pitches outside and a ball, 3-1.
Ooh, now danger time for Swap on the mound. A walk brings another runner in.
Withers on deck for the Carbon Dinos. Shot down the third base line, fielded there by Robinson. Throw to first, and time for out number 3. Nice play.
And that was as clean as can be on the transition on the throw from third to first. Escaping the inning, only giving up 1. Now heading to the top of the 7th, Carbon's going to have one more chance to try and put at least not this one up, but for North Sanpete, they have a chance to buy some insurance runs here as we head to the top of the 7th.
So we go to the top of the 7th, 4-1, North Sanpete. When we come back, game of the week here on KOAL.
Hi, I'm Tim Frame with Cache Valley Bank here in Price. Making the right financial decisions for your future can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. Whether you're planning a new construction project, growing a business, or just looking for a better way to save, my team and I are here to provide the local expertise and personal guidance you deserve. Stop by our lobby or use our drive-thru today. Let's make a plan for your success right here in Castle Valley. Cache Valley Bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased. For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
You're listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So the Dinos leave 3 more on base. So for the ball game, they've left 10 on base. Trailing 4-1 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. And Bryce Swap up to bat, singled in the first. 1 for 3 in the ballgame. Flew out to center field, grounded to second. Scored a run in the first inning. So here we go. The first pitch is a ball and a 1-0 count.
Talk about a quick turnaround immediately from the mound to the opposite end.
Fly ball down the first base line. Will go foul and a 1-1.
Score update coming out of Emory Manti, leading the Spartans 9-1 at the top of the 6th inning. The Templars just piling it on. That's a stellar baseball team, and the RPI ranking shows it 3rd in the state.
Pitch. Shot down the third base line, goes foul and a 1-2 count.
That's another one of those series like this one, Sonny, where there is a lot of playoff history between those two squads. The biggest thing last year, Emory goes in as the underdog, upsets Manti, and then goes on a run to the semifinals in the state tournament. That's what Emory always seems to peak at the right time across the board.
1-2 count, nobody down. Swing and a miss under the ground. The throw over to first for the out, and out number 1. It's a strikeout for Grant. We'll run down here in the top of the 7th. And up to bat will be Hudson Smith. Had a great pitching outing here today. He is 2 for 3 with a double, scored a run in the first, singled in the 5th, struck out in the 3rd. Costello on deck. Here's the windup of the pitch. Swing and a miss, so 1 the count.
And if you're Carbon, it's more important than ever that you do not allow any more runs to be scored here. You're within 3. You got a real chance to come in and tie or potentially win this game. You just need to take care of business defensively right now.
Grant with pitch number 41. Fly ball down the third base line, going foul. And caught for the out in foul territory for the Carbon Dinos. Coming over there to make that play was Withers for out number 2.
Oh, talk about legging one out, Sonny. He had to sprint a good distance to try and corral that one in. Does it. And now, with 2 outs, Carbon has a lot of life.
Here's a fly ball center field. Logan Bennett comes up, makes the catch for out number 3 as Costello with the fly ball to center field. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's North Sanpete 4 and the Carbon Dinos 1 when we come back on the Game of the Week here on KOAL.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
You're listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back, Carbon, to the Game of the Week here at Carbon High School. It's a 4-1 North Sanpete lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Coming up to bat for the Carbon Dinos, Cash Withers. Singled in the first, flew out to center in the third, struck out in the fifth. 1-4-3 on the day. Swap remains the pitcher. The first pitch is in there for a ball and a 1-0 count.
You know, flirting right with the zone yet again. From up here, it's hard to tell on those ones. They're just right there. It's all a judgment call.
Inside for ball 2-0.
You know, I think playing umpire, it's probably combining the worst calls you have to make in all the other sports. I mean, charge calls, pass interference calls in football. You got to make it's all judgment out there. There's not really one defined thing. You have a rough guide of what you're supposed to be doing down there, but it's all kind of up for interpretation.
So we had a strike that was low, and then we had a ball on the inside, so it should be 3-1 to count.
And again, Swap working at a lightning pace.
Withers on deck for the Carbon Dinos. Aiden Vasquez.
And do or die time for the Dinos.
This is it. Bottom of the 7th inning. They trail 4-1.
It looks
and
like
it must have been a balk, I think is what they called, because they sent him to first. It's the only thing I can think of. It kind of happened while we were talking. I believe that's what the play is called. But anyway, the Dinos have a runner on first with nobody down, and up will be Vasquez.
Well, we talk about how important it's been for them to get that leadoff batter on base, and now they do it in a strange fashion, but it works. If it works, it works. If it gets you on base, you're on base.
So the runner on first, Swap will now face Aiden Vasquez. 0 for 3, struck out in the first, flew out to center field in the third, struck out in the fifth. First pitch foul to the backstop and an 0-1 count.
And Vasquez trying to keep this game alive. Dinos only need to score 3 runs. You don't need to necessarily win it here, as nice as that would be. You just need to knot it up at 4 before that third out gets rung up.
Falk on deck for the Carbon Dinos. Pitches high in the ball, 1-1, even count.
Now, 2 players this year have been able to hit home runs for the Dinos, Sonny. Logan Bennett has 3, Paxton Falk has the other.
Here's a little blooper. It's going to land. Oh, that's a great catch out in left field. Coming up to make that play is Osborne. He makes a great catch in left field. Looked like it was going to drop. Instead, it's out number 1.
Now, that looked like a sure thing, Sonny, especially in baseball where you don't expect it to go that shallow. And if it does, you don't expect them to be able to make that play. But what a diving grab coming for Osborne.
So out number 1. Runner on first for the Carbon Dinos. Falk up. Swing and a miss and an 0-1 count.
And you can tell he's swinging with some bad intentions right now, Sonny. He wants this one to go deep. He wants to get 2 runners on base. and he's trying everything he can.
Outside in the ball, 1-1.
Staying disciplined, though, despite the high-stress situation. That's the sign of a good batter.
So 1-1 count. Wind up in the pitch. Swing and a miss. And a 1-2 count with one down. Runner on first for the Dinos. Down 4-1. Bottom of the 7th. Here at Carbon High School, Dinos need 3 runs. Send this to the 8th inning. Swap with pitch number 44. There's a little blooper. It goes right back to him. He comes over and makes the play between first and second for out number 2.
And you talk about a do-it-all play for Swap. He throws, he runs, he catches. Just about every action he can get in the field, he encompassed in about 5 seconds.
Brody Ware up to bat for the Carbon Dinos with 2 down, runners on first. Struck out in the second. Flew out in the 4th. Walked in the 6th inning, and he did score the run for the Carbon Dinos. So 2 down, the pitch outside the ball. 1-0.
And 1 out away from closing this one out, Sonny, but we've seen disaster strike for North Sanpete and bases loaded with a similar situation.
Fly ball center field back to make the catch, and he has it for out number 3, and that will be the ball game.
Yeah, that had me in doubt for a second, but back. He's able to corral it in and end this game. North Sanpete comes away with the 4-1 victory. Not as heart-racing as their win earlier this week. They didn't leave it to the final at-bat. Take care of business early. Add 2 more insurance runs later on in the 4th, and now they walk away and they get to go back to Mount Pleasant knowing that they were able to come away with a series sweep against the Dinos today.
Well, they come out in the 7th inning, and they do hit the ball on the bottom of the 7th. The Dinos do. They had that fly ball to left field. That was a great defensive play. The fly out to the pitcher, and then the deep fly ball to center field, all made by the defense. The final score today is 4-1. The Carbon Dinos fall short to North Sanpete. When we come back, we will have the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Don't go anywhere.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Smith. After 6 years as a nurse, I've learned that sometimes our bodies just need a little extra support. That's what IV therapy can do. It can help you bounce back quicker after an illness, recover faster after a workout, ease migraines, and even improve focus and energy. Think of it as giving your body a direct line to the hydration and nutrients it needs to feel its best. I'd love to help you find the right blend for your goals. Reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram at wellness.iv.utah.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Or can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electrician, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches. Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So right when the clouds start to roll in, this game ends as it's starting to get a little bit dark as we look to our left. And the final score, North Sanpete comes away with the 4-1 win over the Carbon Dinos. Dinos go to 0-4 in region play, and North Sanpete now 2-0 with a 5-4 win over the Carbon Dinos earlier in the week. And today, they come away with the 4-1 win over the Carbon Dinos here at Carbon High School. So the Dinos drop to 0-2. And as we look at pitching for North Sanpete, Hudson had a great day. He had 10 strikeouts, and then Swap came in with a strikeout of his own. So between the two, 11 strikeouts. Between the two, they allowed 5 walks. And between the two, they allowed 5 hits. So a good pitching showing for North Sanpete with Smith starting and then Swap coming in and finishing the game out in the last couple of innings. They looked really good.
Yeah, it was a 1-2 punch that was too much for the Dinos to overcome, Sonny. And every time it felt like they were gaining momentum. You know, you got 2 runners on base. You got the bases loaded. You step up to the plate. It felt like that's when we saw some of the best pitching from the duo of Hudson or Swap and Smith. I was looking at first names for a second. But that's when they pitched some of their best baseball, and, you know, that's the mark of a good pitcher. That's something that in the early stages of the state playoffs is going to be very beneficial for North Sanpete to have.
On the pitching side for the Carbon Dinos, Nichols had 4 strikeouts. Grant came in with 2, so a total of 6 strikeouts for the Dinos. Between the two, they had 5 walks, and they allowed 9 hits on the pitching side for the Carbon Dinos.
You know, and early on, the story of the game was errors, Sonny. That's what did them in early on, committing a total of 4 in this game, 2 of them coming in that 2-run first inning. And, you know, it's hard to overcome when you allow that many errors. Something that Coach Smith has put a pretty big emphasis on is, hey, guys, we need to be able to secure this. We need to be able to take care of business in a situation like that where it really matters.
Well, this game started out with the first 2 batters for North Sanpete, a single and double from Swap and Smith, and they both ended up scoring in that first inning. They took a 2-0 lead, and it just kind of seemed like from that first inning on, they were in control of the game. Now, the Dinos had a couple of opportunities. They did leave 11 on base, did the Dinos. So they had the opportunities, but man, the 2 pitchers, Smith and Swap, worked their way out of the innings when they did get in trouble, and they only allowed 1 run in the ballgame. So the Dinos had the opportunities they couldn't take advantage of, leaving 11 on base.
You know, and it's always hard to try and do that when you have the runners left on base total inside the double digits. You want to see that as low as can be, and when it gets as high as that to number 11, that's really when you're going to get a little heartache.
Yeah, you know, just, you know, in the first inning, they left 2 on base. In the second, they left 2 on base. In the fourth, they left 3 on base. And then in the sixth, they left 3 on base as well. And then 1 in the seventh. So 11 left on base for the Carbon Dinos. They fall short 4-1.
There's still some time to try and bounce back. However, let's getting down to the nitty gritty, Sonny. The most important thing you're looking at right now is the ever important RPI. Right now, Carbon coming in at number 9, trying to stay within that top 10. They do have still a pretty good record comparatively to some of those other teams sitting right above them. I mean, Canyon View, for example, 4-10 on the year. Only once you get to the 7th slot do you start seeing winning records popping through. So Carbon in the back half of this bracket on the bottom half, you see them, they're better than a lot of the teams that lie right behind them. That's going to be something that come playoff time, going to be kind of interesting to see where they end up. Ideally right now, you take that Canyon View matchup down in Cedar City as a very winnable game between these two teams.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have some more stats on the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
What the Utah Miners Hospital offers is relatively unique in the country to help take care of people who have really dedicated their careers, their lives to hard work.
I have torn rotator cuffs in my shoulders. Honestly, I don't remember everything I've had done. I think I've had to wait 10 minutes one time. It's amazing that there's a fund out there. You have no medical bills.
If you're ready and you need us, please give us a call. We're happy to help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing service to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches. You're listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back to the Game of the Week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM, the place to be for sports in the area, Castle Country Radio. Sonny and Aiden bringing you the game here from Carbon High School. Want to thank the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show, the Castle Valley Orthodontics midgame, and the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. As we take a look at some stats on the offensive side, first for North Sanpete, Bryce Swap was 1 for 4 in the ball game. He did score a run on his single, and you had Hudson Smith, who pitched a great game, but he was also great on the offensive side too. He was 2 for 4 with a double and a single. He also was one of the runs that were scored in the first inning that kind of set the tone for the game. Costello was 1 for 4 with a single in the fifth. Williams was 1 for 3. He had a single in the first as well, actually had an RBI. And then Tyson Gritos had a single in the first inning as well with an RBI. He was 1 for 3 on the game. Osborne went 2 for 3 with a single, scored a run in the fourth and a double in the sixth. Then we had Robinson, who was 0 for 3, and Hansen, who was 0 for 3 for North Sanpete, for a total of 4 runs.
Yeah, good production overall coming for the Hawks. I mean, they took care of business early, and they took advantage of mistakes by the Dinos. You do that, you set yourself up for a lot of success, and that's exactly what they did today to move to 2-0 in region play.
Then we take a look at the Carbon Dinos on the offensive side. Logan Bennett was 2 for 4, had a double in the first, and also had a shot in the sixth inning. You had Nichols, who was 0 for 3, had a walk in the ball game. Cash Withers was 1 for 4 with a single in the first inning. Vasquez went 0 for 4 in the ball game. He hit the ball out to center field, hit the ball to left field. He got a hold of it. They were just covered by the North Sanpete defense. So he goes 0 for 4. Falk was 0 for 3 with a walk. Ware 0 for 3 with a walk, but he scored a run on that walk. Wilson was 1 for 2. Urbanik was 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. And Sandoval was 0 for 1, but he also had a couple of walks in the ball game. So the Dinos did get base runners, but you got to give North Sanpete credit. The defense made some plays. That left field play that was made saved a couple of runs. That was a diving catch. It looked like it was going to fall in for a base hit. So you know what? North Sanpete did what they had to do on the defensive side and the pitching, and got some hits when they needed it to come away with the win.
Yeah, defensively taking care of business. That's what stands out most to me, Sonny. There were situations where it looked like it was going to be a sure thing that a ball was going to drop, that the Dinos were going to be able to score 1 or 2 runs. And every time it felt like that, the pitching tightened up, the fielding was stellar, and they just took advantage of everything that they potentially had. And because of that, they were able to go out there, and they successfully came away with that 4-1 victory.
So North Sanpete comes to Price, the game of the week, and they come away with a 4-1 win over the Carbon Dinos in Aden. That's going to do it for us today. Hope you guys enjoyed the ball game. Anything else before we call it an evening?
Yeah, go Dinos.
Go Dinos. Once again, the final score 4-1, North Sanpete with the win over the Carbon Dinos. You have been listening to the game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 Aden. For Sonny and Aden, hope you have a great evening.